Hello, this is D Hark 4000 here, and I got another deck profile for you guys. Sort of like a deck that sort of came to me when I was looking at some of the dual accelerator decks. Uh, Sort of thought Rabbit can be used for a lot of things. That means anything that consisting of normal monsters. So I've seen people use it for Fire Kings. I've seen people use it for Dino Rabbits. I've seen people, not Fire Kings, Fire Fist. I've seen people use it. Well, I've seen one guy use it for machines. So I thought when I was putting this deck together, I thought, why can't you use it for a deck that's not very well played? For example, Cyberdarks. So I sort of put together some random cards and sort of came up with this deck. This deck's decent. It works. It's not. It can win, but it's not exactly overpowered. It's not supposed to be overpowered. It's supposed to be fun. So let's just get to the deck profile, okay? I'm using like the normal monsters. Normal monster setup is 3 Alexandrite Dragon and 3 Hunter Dragon. So basically 3 Alexandrite because it's a light, 3 Hunter Dragon because it's a dark. Because I'm using a sort of chaos engine here, and yeah, so 3 Alexandrite Dragons. That's level 4, so I can easily go into any rank 4. So, for example, Lava Chain. And I run 3 just in case you draw one. Hunter Dragon. Also, it's a dragon, so you can pick it up. So you can pick it up with Cyberdark Dragon over here. Anyway, you got Hunter Dragon. It's a level 3. It's dark. Because it's level 3, you can pick it up with any of the random Cyberdarks and instantly give them 2,000. Basically, drop a 2,500 attack point monster that have an additional effect. One inflicts piercing, the other one inflicts. One can attack directly, and one inflicts 300 damage every time it destroys a monster. So that works pretty well. And also, you can go into one of these, one of the rank 3s. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, never mind. I run 2 Levy. I only ran 2 Leviators for a reason that I come across. But you can change this deck however you like. This is not a deck that's set in stone. You can edit this deck however you like, guys. Anyway, so it's sort of like I run 1 Black Luster Soldier because it's limited. And the deck's got lights, darks, as you can see here. I run 2 light pulsar dragons, I run 2 because I tried this 1 to start off with, and it felt it wasn't working too well. So I started using 2, and the deck basically started getting a lot faster because of it. So yeah, not to mention it's a light, so you can banish. And yeah, Chaos Sorcerer, it's just a random chaos monster. I just threw in there. Okay, now I was looking for a this was used as a last resort. I was looking for a milling engine, and I wasn't finding one suitable enough to get the cards I wanted in the graveyard. Then I realized that since the Cyberdarks are based off a fusion monster, that those fusion materials can instantly be sent to the graveyard with Elemental Hero Prisma. Elemental Hero Prisma is perfect for this deck because it lets you get the cards you want in the grave. It lets you uh, it's a light, so you can banish it for one of your chaos monsters, and it's a hero. So if you ever decide to change this deck around and add heroes in, that's completely up to you. So it works. So anyway, I run 2 Mystic Tomato to get my Cyberdarks out quicker. Although I might take these out and replace it with something else because these have proven to be, well, I haven't used these successfully yet. So anyway, I run 2 of each Cyberdark. If you're not familiar with how the Cyberdark effect works, Cyberdark Keel, they practically all have the same effect when they're normal summoned. You can pick a level 3 dragon in level 3 dragon monster in your graveyard, equip it to the card, it gains attack equal to that level 3 dragon. And what it does, they each have individual effects. They all have 800. Anyway, so this one, they all level 4 dark machines, by the way, as well. So when this Cyberdark Keel, when it destroys a monster by battle, you can inflict 300 damage to your opponent. Cyberdark Horn inflicts piercing damage, and then Cyberdark Edge um, Cyberdark Edge can attack your opponent directly and by cutting the damage in half. So I run 2 Rescue Rabbits because Konami only gave us 2. I used to rant about this guy a lot. I remember when I first met this guy, I thought, ugh, I just wanted this thing banned, and then I realized how useful it was to jumpstart old decks. So that worked out pretty well. I run the 1 card trooper. I don't want to put in 2 because I end up milling too much of the cards I need. I remember one time, even though this thing was I used this thing at 1, like I milled like Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and MST was really tough for me. It cost basically this thing could cost me a lot of games if I run it at 2. So I'm keeping it at 1 for safety measures. Pretty unstable that is. Anyway, 1 Dark Hole, 3 Cyberdark Impact. Even though I only run 2 of like all the Cyberdarks, I run 3 just for the simple reason that I don't draw it that much. So yeah, it makes it easier to draw, so I can get what I want faster. Anyway, I run Foolish Burial to get a card I want in the grave. Monster Reborn. Although I've never actually used Monster Reborn in this deck yet, I've never had to see a need to draw it. But I know on one day I'm gonna feel like I want this if I take it out. Mystical Space Typhoon, just the 1. I don't want Heavy Storm in this deck for the simple reason that if I do, I'll end up getting rid of the Cyberdarks of the Cyberdarks equipment. But then again, and also I've run Dragon Ravine, so I don't want to get rid of that either. So okay, Book of Moon, it's a simple staple. Dragon Ravine. I run Dragon Ravine because if I don't want any of these dragons in my hand. To be honest, the dragons are not needed in the hand. So by dumping them in the graveyard, you can just not only thin out your deck, but you can then use it as fuel for Cyberdark Dragon on one of your Cyberdarks. So yeah, keeping this at 2 because it's not exactly needed, but it's useful when to have it. So it might end up dead if I run it at 3. So bottomless simple trap lineup. Simple trap line. I just threw this in. It does you can change the trap line however you want. Anyway, 1 bottomless, 1 mirror force, 1 torrential, 1 fiendish chain, 1 call of the haunt, and 1 solemn judgment. This is practically like a bit of everything, just so I can work my way around the deck more. I'm not sure about solemn judgment though, because it cuts your LP and it pretty much does the same thing as solemn warning. Only solemn judgment will negate the spell or trap when it would summon a monster. So yeah. Anyway. Now for the extra deck, I run 2 Cyberdark Dragons. I often, it's funny actually, I often come across scenarios when I draw the Chaos Monster and I've only got my Cyberdark Dragon and my light equipped to it, and a light equipped to it. So, often when that goes to the grave, I can just simply banish it, and that's why I run another one, because I also want to eventually get the chance to do another one as well. Okay, Constellar Ptolemus Messier 7. I run this card simply because even though not because I have the 2 light pulsars. I run this card because I actually run Constellar Omega. So if I ever go into Rabbit, go into Constellar Omega, and then use my Messier 7, I can easily just get the jump on the opponent by surprising them like that. So 2,700 defense attack. Gemnite Pearl. Simple enough to deal with. Just a beat downer. Constellar Omega. I basically just told you the reason. Although it's also good in case your opponent tries to like torrential, you can just attach and then go into Messier 7 as well. So this one's the best choice for it. Anyway, Gear Gigant X. I don't run a lot of machines apart from my Cyberdarks, but when I do, if I ever want a Cyberdark, I'm just gonna detach one and get one of those in, just so I can get it into my hand and thin out my deck. Anyway, Black Ship of Corn. This guy has saved me from Gachi since God knows. Photon Paradios. This guy's, or as this name says, Starliege Paladinamo, which makes no sense to me. So, I don't even, screw it. Anyway, I just use this guy. This guy's useful. It helps. Anyway, My Stroke, two Lavalval chains. I've always had the need for two because I want to get cards into the grave. One Leviathan Dragon. This is also a dragon, so you can pick it up with Cyberdark Dragon. Levier the Sea Dragon. I don't know why I run two. I think I ran two because of a problem I encountered when running in one, when I wanted to get a rabbit back. But then I realized then I realized that then I remembered that rabbit is a once per turn effect, so I might replace one of these with something else and wind up Zen mains just for defense. So yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. And so if you in the comment section below, please put down your recommendations, what you'd have for this deck. I'll be sure to test them out, and I will message you if if your ideas have helped me out here. But the basic medium, you can use it either way. It's just something that came to me. Like I said, it works, but it's not perfect. So if anyone could perfect this for me and then put a lot of players into competitively using it, then that'll be fun. But other than that, just a fun deck to play. And also, you can put in the comment section below what you want me to do for my next deck what sort of themed deck you want me to make. It could be anything. It could be original, something like that. So I've always wanted to hear from my supporters. So this is Dark 4000, and my work here is done.